Are you ready to feel the pure, unadulterated frustration of what-ifs and missed opportunities? Imagine a season spiraling into chaos. Super Bowl dreams dashed by a brutal wave of injuries, and your star player just handed a monster contract, facing a career-altering comeback from a devastating injury. It's enough to make any fan throw their remote at the TV. The San Francisco 49ers live that nightmare in 2024 and now, as they look to 2025. One question burns brighter than any other. Can Brandon Aiyuk, after signing a staggering $120 million deal and then suffering a catastrophic knee injury, truly prove he's a game changer they paid for, or will this become one of the NFL's most regrettable contracts? From gridiron glory to grueling grind, Aiyuk's unforeseen challenge the 2024 season was supposed to be a triumphant march for the San Francisco 49ers. Instead, it became a brutal gauntlet. Plagued by a relentless onslaught of injuries, the team that once looked like a Super Bowl lock limped to a dismal 6-11 record, finishing dead last in the NFC West. It was a stunning, humbling collapse for a franchise built on grit and dominance. As the 49ers now pivot to 2025, hoping to resurrect their fortunes, many players will be battling to regain their form. But none face a more intense, high-stakes proving ground than star-wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk. Just last August, the NFL world erupted with news of Aiyuk's monumental four-year, $120 million extension, with an eye-watering $76 million fully guaranteed. This wasn't just a contract, it was a declaration. It cemented his place among the league's elite pass catchers, with his total deal ranking sixth at the position, and an annual salary hitting a dizzying $30 million. This was supposed to be the capstone of a spectacular rise, a testament to Aiyuk's undeniable talent and the 49ers' unwavering commitment to their offensive cornerstone. Instead, it's become a puzzling, painful symbol of bad luck and unfulfilled immediate expectations. Now, less than a year after that celebratory signing, the narrative surrounding Aiyuk's colossal contract has taken a dramatic, unsettling turn. It's being dissected, criticized, and in some corners, outright mocked. Christopher Knox of Bleacher Report, a respected voice known for his candid assessments, didn't pull any punches, boldly labeling Aiyuk's deal as the seventh worst contract in the entire NFL. How did we get here? How did a player of Aiyuk's caliber, barely months after securing such a monumental extension, find himself staring down a future loaded with skepticism and the weight of immense expectation? The cruel twist of fate and the unforgiving lens of analytics, the most immediate and heartbreaking reason for this rapid fall from grace, is a brutal twist of fate, a devastating injury. Just a few short months after signing his mega deal, Aiyuk's 2024 campaign was abruptly cut short in Week 7. He suffered a catastrophic ACL and MCL tear against the Kansas City Chiefs. This wasn't just a setback. It was a season-ending, potentially career-altering blow that continues to cast a long, dark shadow over his immediate future, with reports indicating he might not be ready for training camp or even the start of the regular season. The spotlight on Aiyuk is intensified. Can he possibly justify that gargantuan contract, or will his name become a cautionary tale in the annals of NFL spending? But the injury, as tragic as it is, isn't the sole culprit behind this contract's sudden notoriety. The cold, hard numbers tell an equally concerning story. In the 7 games Aiyuk actually played after signing his new contract, his production was alarmingly meager. A mere 25 receptions for 374 yards and astonishingly 0 touchdowns. 0 for a receiver commanding $30 million a year. Those numbers aren't just disappointing. They're borderline unacceptable. This isn't solely about his knee. It's about a clear statistical underperformance that began even before his ligaments gave way. As Knox pointedly articulated, with all due respect to Aiyuk, he isn't the 8th best wideout in the NFL. He demonstrated that by failing to live up to his contract when healthy last season. And if that weren't enough to send shivers down the spines of 49ers faithful, there's a long-term financial straitjacket this deal imposes. The 49ers are essentially locked in. They won't see any significant cap relief from Aiyuk's contract until 2027, and even then, to save $20.2 million in cap space, they'd have to swallow a staggering $21.2 million in dead money. That's a brutal, suffocating reality for a franchise that consistently navigates the tightrope of the NFL salary cap, especially one with an aging roster and a rapidly closing Super Bowl window. The ascent to stardom, Aiyuk's path to the big payday to truly grasp the immense disappointment and the high stakes of his comeback. We need to revisit the player Brandon Aiyuk was before this injury, and this contract became intertwined. Drafted 25th overall by the 49ers in 2020, Aiyuk immediately showcased flashes of his immense potential. In his rookie year, he posted solid numbers: 60 receptions for 748 yards and 5 touchdowns, even adding 2 rushing touchdowns, hinting at his versatility. His true breakout, however, arrived emphatically in 2022 and 2023. We consistently eclipsed the 1,000-yard receiving mark. In 2022, he hauled in 78 receptions for 1,015 yards. Then, in 2023, he absolutely exploded, recording 75 receptions, a career-high 1,342 yards, and 7 touchdowns. His consistency, his knack for explosive plays, averaging over 14 yards per reception throughout his 5-year career, solidified his status as one of San Francisco's most dynamic and reliable offensive weapons. Beyond the receiving prowess, Aiyuk was also a standout blocker, ranking among the top 10 wide receivers in run blocking, and incredibly, among the top 3 in yards per route run in the season directly preceding his injury, according to Pro Football Focus. This is a player the 49ers invested in, a complete, versatile, and consistently impactful offensive force. The pressing question now, however, is when, or if, that pre-injury dominant version of Brandon Aiyuk will truly return. As of June, Aiyuk has been present at mandatory minicamp, but his rehabilitation from the severe knee injury is a grueling, arduous process. Head coach Kyle Shanahan confirmed he's still in the middle of recovery, working diligently to get back to full strength. The proving ground of 2025, expectations, realities, and the future despite the sobering statistical dip and the blunt assessments of his contract, there's a determined glimmer of optimism emanating from the 49ers front office. General Manager John Lynch remains outwardly positive about Aiyuk's recovery. Brandon is doing an incredible job in his return, Lynch shared on the Pat McAfee show. These guys, who are incredibly skilled athletes, tend to recover much faster. It's amazing how well he's recovering and dedicating himself. We're proud of Brandon and look forward to him being a part of this team going forward. Lynch's words paint a picture of a dedicated athlete pushing through rehabilitation, but the reality of an ACL and MCL tear is unyielding. While it's certainly possible that Aiyuk was on the verge of finding his rhythm in 2024 before the injury struck, expecting him to immediately return to his 2023 All-Pro form after such a severe setback is a monumental ask. The human body, even an elite athletic one, needs time, patience, and a bit of luck. This is why Pro Football Focus recently listed Aiyuk as the 5th highest player with the most approved in 2025. PFF emphasizes that while his 2023 season was elite, he still needs to demonstrate it wasn't an anomaly. His pedestrian start to 2024, coupled with the injury, leaves lingering doubts. Given the severity of his injury and the likelihood that he'll miss a significant portion of the 2025 season, a full bounce-back year, as envisioned by PFF, might be an overly optimistic expectation. Realistically, 2026 might be a more sensible timeline for Aiyuk to fully return to his previous dominant form. However, even a partial, impactful return in 2025 would undoubtedly provide a crucial boost to the 49ers' offense. The stakes for Aiyuk and the 49ers couldn't be higher. Their Super Bowl window, once wide open, is perceived to be closing. With an aging roster and the financial commitments tied to Aiyuk, every single snap, every single reception will be magnified. If the 49ers can overcome their recent injury woes in Aiyuk, even if not at 100%, can provide a much-needed spark, it could be enough to reclaim a wide-open NFC West, a division now ripe for the taking after their 2024 stumble. Brandon Aiyuk's performance in 2025 won't just define his individual comeback story. It could very well dictate the immediate trajectory of the San Francisco 49ers franchise. Can he silence the critics, defy the odds, and prove that his $120 million contract was a visionary investment, not a regrettable gamble? Can he once again become the beacon of hope for a franchise desperate to return to Super Bowl contention? What do you think? Will Brandon Aiyuk defy the odds and have a remarkable comeback year in 2025, justifying that massive contract? Or is 2026 a more realistic timeline for his true return to form? Share your predictions and insights in the comments below. And if you're as captivated by this high-stakes narrative as we are, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more exclusive insights and analysis from the world of sports.